Hello. We seem to be on the hunt for daffodils. I've just shown you that little area there. That's going to be maybe a week or two away, but it's going to be full of thousands of them. So we're still a little bit early. As I'm making this, we're early. It's a chilly day again, but bright blue skies again. Look at that boy. Oh, he stopped. Always wants to play. The silver birches, look at them. So this video depends on if we get interrupted with dog walkers, etc. But I want to make a little video about something that I put on Facebook, because obviously a lot of people that watch on YouTube are not on Facebook. The good news is, because I've had a couple of different comments, I've had my blood test results back. I believe it's the, is it the CEA? It must be, because A is for antigen. And what that is, it's the cancerous tumour blood test. It sounds awful. It doesn't mean I've got a cancerous tumour. It means I used to. And what they do, the blood test looks for a protein in the blood that wouldn't be there on a, I hate to say normal, but on a normal person's blood. So somebody with cancer, or alleviated cancer, in other words, slightly more at risk than other people, would have a higher CEA score. I hope that made sense. So, about every 6 months, I have to have a CEA blood test. After the initial surgery, it was 0.3, lovely and low. That's just what we want. The second time it was 0.8. Look at a lovely tree, how old that is. It won't be here much longer. I think it's a bit dead, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. So, oh, somebody said, you seem a bit distracted. Yeah, I'm out in nature, of course I am. I'm distracted every 5 minutes. Morning, Mr. Crow. There I go again. Morning, Mr. Crow. Yeah, of course I'm distracted. That's why I'm here. If you didn't want to be distracted, you'd sit indoors, wouldn't you? Looking for a newspaper or watching telly, or I don't know. Can you hear the crow? Beautiful. Well, I think so. So about every 6 months I have a CEA score, and it comes back after about 7 to 10 days. Don't lick, please, Bode. After about 7 to 10 days it comes back, and it was 0.3 after surgery, then 0.7. It's remained for the last 2 years at 0.7, which is fantastic. The question I got from somebody is, why has it now gone up to 0.8? Oh, just in case you don't know, on my Facebook I put that I'm really pleased. 0.7, it's now 0.8, so it's all good. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. Okay, so why is it raised? Well, I don't know why it's raised. It's only raised it's a minuscule, isn't it? It's 0.7, that's less than 1, and now it's 0.8. Much the same, really. But there has been an increase, a very, very slight increase, which means nothing because it's 0 point something. It actually means nothing. Now, what could have happened? Obviously, I had that panic attack, and that leaves chemicals in the system, cortisol being the main one. So you get a slightly false reading. But if you've got a cold, or if you've had an upset stomach, and incidentally I had an upset stomach, so about a fortnight ago I had an upset stomach, so that also leaves various traces of things within the system. Whatever we go through, we have traces in the system, don't we? So, you know, if you if the police found a body, they would go through the body and find out the intoxicants and whatever, and they find out that the person had heroin or whatever in their system. Look at this dog licking. Are you licking? So yeah, I mean, come here. There's always traces of everything really. Food, alcohol, drugs, chemicals within the system and stuff like that. And the cortisol remains in the system a little while. Come here, Bode. Oh, bloody great big dogs. Come here, Bode. Bode, come here. Oh, they've gone the other way. That's good. Well, I think it's good. Don't know whether to put them on a lead or not. Because they're off, it's sometimes they view a dog as on a lead as a bit of a problem. Oh no, they're coming back. Come on, Bode, this way, this way, this way. You might see them behind me. I just go up here a little bit. I might have to turn this off actually and put him on a lead. I think I will do, just for safety, and then he's close to me. I can do any kicking that's needed if we need to do that. I just keep an eye on. I think they're friendly because he's quite an old guy with them, look. Anyway, when he buggers off we can walk, can't we? But I'll just turn this off for a sec. Everything was fine with the dogs. It's got bloody cold though. And he got a t-shirt on. Well, a t-shirt and a very light jacket. You know what's like, you're warm indoors, aren't you? And you think, what shall I wear? So you wear something light, then you come out here and it's cold, or you put something decent on and it's too bloody hot. Never mind, I've got some nice trousers. Wow. Glorious. Thank you, Mr. Solarface. So I was here just 2 days ago, so let's have a look at how these daffodils are doing, and then we'll continue what I was on about with my cancer score and cortisol, etc, etc. Okay, so we was here just 3 days ago. Oh, there's a few more out, but not many. So, forgetting where I was, distracted, you see, by nature, by people, by animals, wildlife. Well, next time perhaps I'll come over that way. That I just saw there's loads over there. I can go over that way next time perhaps. I might come here at the end of the week or early next week. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, forgetting where I was really, but cortisol stays in the system, that's what I was going to say. So because I had the panic attack, and also I had a little bit of a jippy belly, only for a little while, so that would have left traces of whatever, so that could show an increase in the cortisol or other chemicals that kind of pertain to the cancer score. So it doesn't mean, come on my love, this way please. It doesn't mean anything much. And there are various scores, everybody's different, but you know, because I'm under 1, there really is no problem. unless I get up to 3 or 4 or 5. That's a long way. So let's hope that in 6 months time it's either 0.7, that's what I'd like, or 0.8. Because I have panic disorder, I overthink medical things. Can't help it, I just do. So naturally I thought, oh God, 0.8, what does all that mean, you know? Worry, panic, you know. But there really is no need. Holly's doing nice. That's very healthy, look at that. Glorious, I tells you. Yeah, so hopefully that's answered that. There really is no problem. As to why it's risen, there are no rhyme or reason. That's what the one of the nurses told me. She told me that ages ago. She said 1 month it can be this, and it's starting to go up high, and next 6 months it's sort of down a little bit. So that's why they just keep a really good eye on it for 3 years. You're on a 5-year cancer pathway, but for 3 years they keep a good eye on what's going on. I think we're going to take a seat. I feel a bit breathless and a bit tired. So all in all, it's doing very well, very good, very pleased. Yeah, I would have liked it to remain at 0.7, of course I would, but you can't get much closer. From 0.7 to 0.8. So it's all good. Oh, I'll just turn this off and more dog walkers. Okay, we sat down. You alright there, mate? So, cortisol is one of the chemicals that your body releases. It's known as a fight or flight chemical, and you've got about four or five of them. Cortisol is the main one, which is why you've probably heard about it. And it's there really just to protect you. And it's to remind you, you know, there's problems going on. Let's build up the adrenaline, let's get out of here, let's run away, fight or flight. The other thing I was going to say is, I do get asked this sometimes, what is the difference between stress and anxiety? They come from the same camp, really, but anxiety is not managing stress. That's how I sum it up. So some form of stress can be good. If you've got an exam to go into, rather than being really lackadaisical and, you know, full of apathy and thinking, oh well, you know, whatever, this will be all right. If you're a little bit jittery and a little bit, oh Christ, I hope I do well here, I'm going to really try, and you know, you've got a little bit of stress going on in the system. Now what happens with somebody with anxiety is they're full of stress. As they wake up, they're just, and they're thinking, oh God, I've got that exam, I've got to get ready, oh I don't know what to wear, and oh life's difficult at the moment, you know, I don't know who's going to be there, how many people, and all the adjudicators, and what if I make mistakes, or if I need the toilet, oh it's all over the place, you know, my head is, and that's how they are. They go into the exam very full of anxiousness, you know, or anxiety I should say, and then it comes to lunchtime, and the first person who's had a little bit of stress has felt the stress leave them because the exam's over, and they go and get something for lunch, and they have a little drink, and they're sat there nice and calm, no problem. And the person with anxiety is sat there worrying about how they got on in the first exam. They got the second one coming up in a couple of hours time, and you know, they're not feeling very comfortable sat here with people looking at me in this situation where I'm eating food or whatever, and a million and one other things, and they're really kind of anxious over all sorts of different things. And then later on, the person with the stress levels, they feel their stress levels rising just a little bit, just a tiny bit, and they go in and they do their second exam, and blah blah blah. I could go on, couldn't I? But so that's the difference really. The difference is anxiety is a form of stress, but it's unmanageable stress, we call it. How's that? Not that you can manage your stress, but normally your stress levels are low enough for you to think, okay, yeah, you know, I feel pretty good. I feel I've done enough whatever study or work for this exam, and I think I'm going to do well. And you know, whereas the anxious person, obviously they're all over the place with it. Their thoughts, their feelings are just not there, you know, and they're panicking, they're worried, they're concerned about everything. The stressed person isn't panicked, isn't worried, isn't concerned. They're mildly concerned, just mildly. So that is the difference between those two. So yeah, your cortisol is your fight or flight chemicals that get released into the body, and too much of it, especially too much of it and prolonged, is no good for lots of things, and that includes your immune system, your blood, so your heart. It can cause heart problems. It can alleviate cancer, it can exacerbate cancer. In other words, it can increase the likelihood of getting cancer. So you have to try to remain calm. You have to try to keep your stress levels at a manageable limit. And that's what I try and do with my life, is try and keep everything at a manageable, calm place. That's what I'm trying to do anyway, to the best of my ability. So I'm trying to meditate just a little bit more, because for the last couple of years really I've meditated if and when, but now I'm trying to do it a couple of times a week, just for 10 or 20 minutes. And I also have some times, well, what I do when I wake up, I always do Qigong, or Qigong as people sometimes call it, Qigong, which is a form of exercise like stretching and stuff like that, but it's very calm, very quiet. Sometimes I put gentle music on and chill out to that. But I have a very quiet, calm life on the whole, and I think on the whole my anxiety has got lower and lower, which is good. However, it soon increases with any medical things really. So if I get an appointment for something, I start to panic and start to worry, and things get a little bit beyond where I'd like them to get to. Yeah, I think that's about it really. That's all I wanted to mention. But just to reiterate, 0.7 to 0.8 is nothing, and the chances are in 6 months' time it'll be 0.7, which it normally is. But if it's 0.9 or 1 or 1.7, I don't need to worry about things really. I will, because I'm me. Come here, my baby. I'm going to let you off your lead, and then we're going to play. Oh, you heard that word, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Right, you've got tied up, tangled up. Well, I can't let him off the lead. Now, oh, Bodie, do you know why? It's because you've been round and round and round. Right, there you go. Good God, that dog, he's been round and round and round. I've had him on the lead here, look. And he went round and round and round and round. I don't know what he was thinking of. Absolutely craziness. There we go. Anyway, so I hope that that's settled people's minds really. And more than that, I hope it's settled mine. I think it has really. Travitt explains better than... They don't explain things. This is the problem. You know, you either get a letter or phone call or your text or whatever, and it says blood test back 0.8, and you think, well, what's that mean? You know, why don't you explain it to me? What, you know, do I have to guess? But we're all good. So quite a long video there, but I wanted to explain what the process is and what it all means to, you know, to the best of my ability. I'm not a doctor, I'm not medically trained, I don't understand things, and I don't even know if it's CEA or CAE. No idea. So it's probably clear as mud for you. We are going to go in these woods and we're going to play a game of ball. Take care then and be well. Ta-da. Come here. Hello. Hello. You cheeky.